video, we are talking about mouth taping. Mouth taping is the practice of taping your mouth shut while you sleep. Now, before you click away thinking that you somehow stumbled upon some weird fetish video, I promise you that is not what this is. So please hear me out because this could benefit you, especially if you are someone who suffers from sleep apnea, or you snore, or even if you just know that you sleep with your mouth open. Mouth taping can benefit you. Over the last 30 days, I have been taping my mouth shut every night, and I am here to share my results with you. I'm also going to explain why it is extremely beneficial to breathe through your nose when you're sleeping and debunk some common myths about mouth taping. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I share new posts every single day. Today, we're going to be talking about mouth taping and how it can benefit your sleep and your health. Now, mouth taping has been something that has been on my radar for a while. I am a little bit of a sleep snob, and anything I can do to improve my sleep, I'm more or less on board. However, I hadn't tried mouth taping until recently, and spoiler alert, I do wish that I had started sooner. So in today's video, we are going to cover what mouth taping is, why it's beneficial, my experience, and also whether or not it's safe. What is mouth taping? Mouth taping is the practice of taping your mouth shut while you sleep. You can either do this with regular tape or with strips that are specifically made for this purpose. Mouth taping teaches you to breathe through your nose as your mouth is sealed shut. Ideally, we should be breathing entirely through our noses while we sleep, but unfortunately, a lot of us are mouth breathers. The main reason everyone should be breathing through their nose when they sleep is because it increases nitric oxide production. Breathing through your nose creates nitric oxide, which increases blood oxygen levels. Nitric oxide relaxes the inner muscles of your blood vessels, causing the vessels to widen. This increases blood flow and lowers blood pressure. Reduced nitric oxide has also been shown to increase cognitive function and weaken the immune system. When we breathe through our mouths, nitric oxide is not created. And since we spend 1/3 of our lives asleep, if there was any time we would want to be breathing through our nose, this would be it. Now, some people already do breathe either entirely or mainly through their nose while they sleep, but if you aren't sure whether you do or don't, here are some signs to watch out for. Tossing and turning through the night, bad breath in the morning, getting up in the middle of the night to pee, drooling on your pillow, and teeth grinding. If any of these sound like you, you're probably breathing mainly through your mouth, and you might benefit from mouth taping. Now, there are two groups of people specifically who will benefit even more from mouth taping: people who snore and people with sleep apnea. Snoring is pretty straightforward. If your mouth is shut, you can't snore. Snoring can disrupt not only your own sleep, but the sleep of others around you. And chronic snorers often report that they get frequent headaches throughout the day. Snoring and sleep apnea go hand in hand. Sleep apnea occurs when a person's throat is partly or completely blocked while they are asleep. The most common cause of obstructive sleep apnea is excess weight and obesity. During sleep, when throat and tongue muscles are most relaxed, this soft tissue can cause the airway to become blocked. If you are breathing through your nose, this doesn't happen. Tonight is going to be the first night that I am going to be mouth taping. Now, some people do it just with regular tape, but I was actually sent these strips from Somnifix that are specifically for mouth taping. One of my biggest concerns with mouth taping is suffocating. What if I can't breathe through my nose and I just die? Honestly, that was something I was worried about. But it turns out that these strips, they have a small mesh hole just right there in the center. So if you do need to breathe through your mouth, you can just sort of separate your lips a little bit and breathe. So that is really good and puts my mind at ease. The other thing I am a bit concerned about, however, is just that it's going to be a little bit irritating, because sometimes I sleep with earplugs in and I will wake up in the middle of the night. My ears will just be so itchy. I'll rip them out and just like dig my fingers in there, and yeah, it's just irritating. So I really hope that I don't experience the same thing with this. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but I will keep you posted. We've touched briefly already on some of the benefits of mouth taping, but here is the full list. Mouth taping can increase REM sleep and cognitive function. It can reduce blood pressure. It can reduce inflammation. It can increase athletic performance. It can accelerate weight loss. It can improve digestion. And as we already touched on, it can reduce snoring and sleep apnea. Okay, so I have been mouth taping for just over 1 week now, and honestly, I have really been enjoying it. At first, as I said, I was skeptical about if it would be uncomfortable or whatnot, and the first night it was a little bit weird. I was kind of like lying on my back, afraid to lie on my side, but like no issues. I could part my lips if I needed to and breathe through my mouth. Honestly, though, it is really relaxing breathing through your nose. I don't know what it is, but I don't know, maybe because I've just been like focusing on my breath when I first get into bed and I put it on and I'm like making sure I'm breathing properly through my nose. But now I've been sleeping entirely through the night. Well, even from day one, I slept entirely through the night wearing it. There's only been a couple of times where I've been like really thirsty or just like had something in my throat that I've had to take it off. But yeah, no problem putting it back on again. My cat was sleeping on the bed and now he's giving me the dirtiest look. Should just lick your fur. Oh. In terms of my actual sleep, I'm finding that I'm waking up less times throughout the night. That's something I usually struggle with a little bit. I use an Oura ring to track my sleep as well, and I have been getting significantly more deep sleep. I'll put it up on the screen for you, but last night I got almost 2 full hours as compared to I got only 1.5 hours. And then the first night I wore the mouth strip, I got 146. Last night was my peak so far. So yeah, overall, really liking it. And the one other thing I'm going to mention to you is that I got my boyfriend Max to give it a try one night. He has an Oura ring as well, and usually his sleep score is like a good score for him would be low 80s. The first night he wore the mouth taping strip, his sleep score was 94, the best he's ever gotten by far. So now he's totally on board and he's been doing it every night. Hasn't beat that first night as of yet, but still, that's crazy. So how do you actually tape your mouth? Now, I have only ever used the specific strips for this purpose. I have not used just regular tape, so I can't really help you out there. But here's how to put on the strips from Somnifix. You want to purse your lips slightly, just do this slightly, and then stick on the strip with the breathing hole in the center. So what I do is I put my fingernail in the slit, and then I use that to line it up with the middle of my mouth. And if you do need to breathe, you can just separate your lips slightly and do so. These strips can be removed and used again 3 times throughout the night. So if you need a sip of water or whatnot, you don't have to worry about wasting the strip. All right, guys, so now I have been mouth taping for 30 days, or I guess I should say 30 nights. At this point, I am thinking I want to continue doing it indefinitely. There was one person I talked to on Instagram who said they did mouth taping for 3 months consistently, and at which point they actually trained themselves to sleep with their mouth shut. So I'm hoping that I can get to that point. Honestly though, I have seen improvements to my REM sleep. That has increased. I also no longer wake up with a dry mouth. That's something I used to suffer with. So that's not a problem anymore. Anyways, I just placed an order today for 2 more packs, or actually 3 more packs, I think, of the Somnifix strips. I will link those in the description box down below if you guys want to check them out. Otherwise, yeah, you can just use regular tape, but I really like the strips and they made me feel a little bit more comfortable about doing it versus taping my mouth up myself. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would try mouth taping. And if you enjoyed this video, you might also like my video on how a poor night's sleep can lead to weight gain. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can click here. And if you want to check out my keto or carnivore diet coaching programs, you can click here. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.